Grab your glass and pull up a chair. It's time for your favorite girls' night in.
Welcome to Pouring in Parenting. We're your besties, Sil and Inish.
We're here to laugh through the chaos. Hello, Pores. Let's start the show.
Welcome, Pourers, to Pouring in Parenting. We are your hosts, Sil and Inish. Thank you for joining us today. Inish, how is it going out there in Texas?
It is going really well. It's a little chilly out here, and at this point, I guess I can say that I'm used to it living in all the different states that I lived in. The only thing that's been a little odd is I guess I'm just waiting for snow because it's so cold. But
Okay.
outside of that, it's been a good day. The kids were relatively okay today, so it's a good day. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Well, I lied. I'm struggling with my voice. So, Pourers, if I sound a little extra sexy tonight, it's because something's going on with my throat. I don't know. I think it's that cold, dry weather that's really just killing the vocals. But other than that, everything is great. The kids are great. Husband's great. You know what? These kids today have really dissed me a lot. Just a quick little funny story. This morning, I got home from the gym and it was about, I don't know, 6:30. And Benny was awake and he comes to me and he's like, "Where'd you come from?" And I was like, "I was at the gym." He's like, "You look like you just came from the pawn shop." Excuse me?
Very specific.
What on earth? What does that look like? Clearly, a hoodie and some leggings is what
Yes.
one wears to the pawn shop.
How many pawn shops has Benny been to?
0.
Okay.
Just
All
the
right.
ones he's watched on TV. We do watch a lot of Pawn Stars, but I was
Oh,
just
okay.
taken back. Like, we didn't even watch it last night. Why would you say that to me?
Oh, he's waited his whole little life to say that to you.
I was just, excuse me? And earlier, I was on the couch coughing my lungs out. And
Oh.
Mercedes is very polite. She'll say salute to me every time
Mm.
I cough. She thinks it's a sneeze, apparently. I don't know. But I guess at one point I coughed a little too much. And
Ugh.
she like side eyed me. She's all salute in an irritated voice. And I looked at
Like,
her
girl, are
like,
you done?
I'm sorry. What is up with my kids today? I don't understand.
Are you done? Girl, how many more salutes do you need?
Her voice though, like, she just sounded so irritated, and that crazy look she gave me, it was just like, "Well, damn. Sorry, I'm coughing too much for you. Like, I didn't ask
Oh,
you for all those salutes. Thank you very much, young lady. Other than that, I'm great."
hashtag mom life.
Right? Yeah, definitely. What the things that come out of these kids' mouths, it's just so
And that's it
unpredictable.
right there. That's it right there. Oh.
So with that being said, because of the whole vocal cord situation, I am drinking a cranberry apple tea with honey, which is actually really good. And I'm drinking it in one of my favorite mugs. So it says right here, ugh, enjoy the journey. And I love it. So yeah, that's where I'm at today. What are you sipping on?
So I am sipping on a twisted tea. I
Okay.
had some handy and decided to just why not? But this mug is a Mother's Day gift that my hubby ordered my son's artwork.
Okay, that's cute. Okay. Well, going diving into today's topic. There was once upon a time before sippy cups, sleep regressions, and 2 a.m. diaper changes. We dated like some wild things. Okay. However, things have changed, and now we're more likely to negotiate bedtime instead of a second date.
So tonight, we're talking about how dating looked back in the day, how it changed when we got married and had kids, and whether we even remember how to flirt anymore. I don't.
Yikes. We're diving into pre kid dating, reality of kid, post kid life, misconceptions, what works now, plus a silly game to prove whether we still got it. Let's dive in, pores. Dating before marriage and kids. The good, the glamour, the myths. What did that look like for you, Inish? Dating before marriage and kids.
The biggest thing that worked that it looked like for me is the spontaneity of it, being able to be free and get up and go when we wanted to get up and go, and getting home when I wanted to get home, not having to look for a sitter or whatever the case is. So, dating pre-kids was it was just freedom. You had your freedom.
Absolutely.
So, so yeah, just being free. Being free,
Okay.
just easy living, easy breezy. What about you?
Yeah, I agree with what you said. Being spontaneous, being able to get up on a random Tuesday night and be like, "All right, let's go to dinner, let's go to the movies or the bar," wherever we, wanted to go, not having to worry about a babysitter or if we were gonna get enough sleep because one of the kids is gonna wake up at 2 in the morning and then there goes our sleep for the night, right? So, yeah, definitely just a time when we can get dressed, leave the house. We're on a random Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesdays, yes. Good times. And you could just drink whatever you wanted because if you had a hangover, you just had to deal with yourself at work the next day and not little humans who are going to be like screaming in your ear.
It's 7:02 in the morning.
Yeah. No, thank you to that.
Alright.
Now, as far as misconceptions goes, a lot of people decide or romanticize the before times, right? Like, oh, before we had kids. But a misconception is that that's not necessarily the baseline that you stay at. Once you get married and mainly with kids, because I think even when you're married and it's just you two, it's still not as difficult to date. But once you do have kids, things do change. And that baseline of dating, it's never going to be the same. Or maybe up until, you're empty nesters, it's not going to be the same as it used to be because in general, life was just so much more simple.
Yeah, I totally agree, like, once the kid is even seated in the belly, life immediately changes. Your lifestyle changes, and granted, there are people that don't maybe they don't change their lifestyles, but I know you and I completely change we had to completely change not completely, we adjust.
And then also a reality check, data trends. Okay. So people nowadays are delaying marriage and they're delaying parenthood. So it kind of definitely changes things. I see things both ways. So I know people who got pregnant as teens, and I look at them now and they're damn near empty nesters.
That's crazy.
Maybe you were onto something, you know, because here I am at my beautiful ripe age and I have two little ones still. Okay, I have a 2-year old. I'm going to be raising this human for at least 16 more years. But then I'm like, okay. And then I see it the other way. Well, luckily, I didn't get pregnant as a teen because who knows what my life would have been like. And I got pregnant when I did, I think at 27, 28, when I got pregnant with Benny. We were married, just got a house, and we were just more stable. And we knew we were going to start our family. Um,
Mhm. The planning
But
aspect.
right. Yeah, so definitely the planning aspect. So we were older, so more settled, and I can say I got a lot out of my system before I, got married and
Live.
had my child, right? Look, oh, and that'll be for another episode, all the
Right?
stuff that got out of
'Cause
our
we
system.
live. We live.
Yes, so delaying parenthood and marriage, I can see. I see the benefits in both. I think it just depends on your personality, on your life goals, stuff like that. Uh, but
I hear
so
you.
in delaying marriage and delaying parenthood, you can essentially get more years of dating. You're dating that
Right.
person that you're spending the rest of your life with. You're just delaying the marriage part. But then maybe does that bring higher expectations? Is there more complicated life circumstances? Because maybe now, as you've grown older and you have these career paths or these expectations of, okay, well, we waited this long to get married. Well, now we're going to have kids right away.
Right.
Or, like it, so you both need to be on the same page. So I don't know. I don't, but let's go ahead and continue. So comparing our early relationships, freedom time to our current life, about how often do you think you and your husband have gone on dates or go on dates?
Well, we used to go on dates. Our goal was to go at least once a month when we started having kids. And for me, I was just a stickler on who was watching our kids. I don't judge anybody. Do you? Whatever works for you. My decision wasn't to go on care.com or, there's a lot of different platforms that they offer babysitting services. We weren't living close enough to my parents in California to say, "Oh, we're gonna have a date night today." We'd have to drive like 2 hours and then go on a date in the jar that's crazy. So, luckily, we ended up finding a babysitter and a couple actually, family, and they would watch the kids. So, our goal would be once a month. Right now, it's non-existent. I don't know anybody in Texas. I don't trust anyone enough to watch the kids. So, we don't go on dates. We did have a date night in the house though. It was nice.
Good.
So,
Okay. And we're going
it
to
was
talk about
nice.
that, like finding ways to date, because I can imagine there's many people in your situation who maybe don't
Yes.
have close relatives. And I don't blame you for not necessarily trusting people to watch your children. So we'll definitely get into that. For me, when when we were in our freedom time, we went out whenever we wanted. It was simple. We could do what we wanted. Now, so comparing my early relationship with my husband, which was our time of freedom, and our current life, it's night and day. We used to be able to just go on dates whenever we wanted to. We just had just so much time to ourselves. And I don't feel like we appreciated it as much as we should have, because now our
Yeah.
current life, yes, we do go out on dates.
Mhm.
We are very fortunate to have family nearby who's willing to watch the
Yes.
kids, maybe even keep them for a night, and that would be basically only at my parents' house. And then we have gone on a couple of vacations without the kids, and I know there's a lot of judgment on that from what I've seen online.
Mm.
Don't judge. Yeah, it's a thing where some, especially moms compared to dads or fathers, they feel like once you have kids, you need to dedicate all of your time to your kids. Like, no one is responsible for watching my kids. I brought my kids into this world. I'm going to watch them, blah, blah, blah. They're
Oh,
mine. Yeah, and I've seen some really crazy posts and stuff before. And I feel like I've heard some judgment at times when I'll be like, "Oh, the kids are with my mom," or "Did you take the kids with you to Hawaii?" "No, they stayed with my mom." "Oh."
yeah.
It's like, excuse
Oh,
me,
not you judging. Okay.
right? If you choose to not ever vacation without your children, or you don't purposely don't leave your kids with anyone because you feel like it is your job to raise them, I mean, that's on you. Honestly, I just don't want to be
Yeah.
that person, once I'm an empty nester and be like, who is this man that I've been sleeping next to for the last 18 years. I don't wanna
That
have to
is
figure out
true.
how to fall in love again, or worst case scenario, like, we've fallen out of love, I don't even know this person, and then we get
Yes,
divorced.
you
Why?
still
Because
have to
I
date. Yes.
dedicated all of my time to my kids, and they're gone.
Yeah.
They're living their own lives, and
Yeah.
now my life is in shambles. So no, thank you. No
Yeah.
judgment
Totally
here, people.
agree. Yeah, and that's so crazy that people would even make statements like that to judge a parent because they wanna go vacation. That's
Yeah.
crazy to me. Like, who like, did you write the book? I'm confused.
And I think we need that as not even just us as parents, but our children need to learn how to
You just
do things without us as well. Like, God
yeah.
forbid anything happened to someone or us in this case. I want them to know how to be without me, and they're never going to get that. They're never going to get any independence and feel secure on their own if I'm always with them.
Mhm.
And I'm not talking about like your situation in general. It's just those parents who are like, "Oh no, I'm raising my kids." Blah blah blah.
Right, right.
Calm down, calm down, please.
Okay.
Um, what tends to change when kids enter the picture? One of the biggest things is time. They take all of it. Anish, how do you
Mm.
feel about that?
Yeah, that is one of the biggest things. Your energy is shifted. There's a shift in the house. There's a shift in your energy, and where you place your energy is to your kids. The first year, they tell parents, there's a "Oh, get all the sleep you can," and the first year is the
Yeah,
hardest. But and then, they say the first year is the hardest with marriage, and then you have to deal with the first year of bringing it, caring for a child, right? A
right.
baby. And so I would definitely agree with that. Like your time, the placement, how do you make these adjustments?
Mhm.
There are just so many different factors that go into your new life when you bring in a new life into the world and all the things that change, the dynamic, who's taking care of what. There's so many things. The dating, obviously, like
Right.
is non-existent. And since we've been moving around. But
Mhm.
it's a sacrifice. At the end of the day, like the big word I feel like is sacrifice. How much are you willing to sacrifice?
Right, exactly. The biggest sacrifice is that us time between you and your partner. On top of that, you
Mhm.
have intimacy, I'm sorry, and passion that just kind of go out the window sometimes. Research shows that after childbirth and even during parenthood, many couples report lower relationship satisfaction, reduced intimacy and passion compared to pre-child times. And I mean, I don't even think that we need a research to tell us that. That is a fact. Now, I think we all know that. It definitely takes a hit. You're just
Yes.
so, you're lacking time, you're lacking energy, lacking feeling sexy and good about yourself sometimes.
Yes.
Just
And
like,
there's no playbook.
no, you're not communicating as much. Why? Because everything is about those humans that you brought into the world, right? So you're
Mhm.
just constantly talking about them. Oh, what did Benny do today? What did Perseus do today? It's draining. It's exhausting. It's stressful. And then you have the house to maintain as well. So how do you maintain that spark?
It's difficult for sure.
Yeah, you have to try and put in that effort.
And communicate.
Yes,
Communicate.
definitely communicate.
Communication. Yeah.
Finding that time,
Yes.
like, okay, let's just have an adult conversation. We're like, we're not even going to talk about those kids. Let's talk
Yes.
about us. Like, how are you doing today? How are you
Yes. Check
feeling?
in. Check in with your partner, ladies.
How often do we feel, us as women, that we need to be checked in on? And especially that whole
Mhm.
year or within that first year of having a child, so much has changed in our bodies, our hormones, that that um, we need that attention. We need to be checked in on. There's so many things that can happen
Right.
within our brains at that time. But our men also need to be checked in on. More than likely, they're fine. However, it also goes a long way to say, hey, how are you doing? Okay. And
Mhm.
they might even say they're fine, but I can assure you that they're definitely going to appreciate the fact that you're thinking about them. Uh,
If you have a partner that you chose, we're married, we've been dating, this is my life partner, all the different titles for partner that are out there. Just hope, I would hope that the person that you or chose would understand that, hey, I need to check in with my girl.
mm,
Or as a woman, let me check in with my man and make sure he good too. Because a lot of women be like, girl, I just birthed this whole baby. I'm not about to check in on him. He needs to be checking in on me. And I can kind of agree with that. too,
Oh, yeah.
as
No,
far as
I
yeah,
I agree, but and like I said, more than likely, they're gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm fine." But
right,
their life also just changed too. It's more than necessarily just checking in on them, but just keeping that communication open because
right.
you allow
That's the
him.
biggest thing.
Because if you wanna be checked on, and let's just say your partner hasn't, maybe if you bring it up first, "Hey, how are you doing?" Whatever or however you go about it, hopefully, your partner will reciprocate that and then ask you how you're doing. And then you just let it all out, right? I've been waiting for you to ask. And, that can happen too. I've been very fortunate that I have a husband who is supportive. He's been there through all of our ups and downs, especially when it's come to parenting. And he knows me. And when he doesn't know me, he asks. Not always. There's times where I've had to like really tell him. And I know I could be stubborn too and be like, well, he should have known. We all know they really don't know, and we all know that we really need to tell them. So please communicate.
Yes. Yes, communication. It's almost cliche, right? I feel like that's what people say when it comes to dating, marriage, marriage advice, communication, but it's so true. And as
Very
easy
true.
as it is that it's coming out of our mouths to say the word communicate, it's also very difficult to do, even with
Mhm.
friendships. But when you are living with someone and married and you see them every single day, communicating typically starts to diminish. Like, what else do I have to say to you? I'm tired of looking at your face. Why does your voice still sound like that?
Are you still
Do you have
breathing?
to uh, hello, not every breath. Do you gotta catch every breath? Like, that's crazy. So, that's what it is communicating, is you need to communicate with the person because they don't read your minds. Not every man is gonna ask you, "How are you doing today?" Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, as women, you have to start the conversation sometimes in a calm manner. Yeah.
Pouring on. Uh, Common misconception. So, Anisha, what do you think of this myth? Once you love each other, you don't need to date anymore.
What?
Yeah, people think that. You love each other.
No.
Why do you need to date? You already love each other. You're good.
It's funny because 'cause I'm gonna say, "No, I don't agree with that," even though I can't remember the last time I went on oh, no, that's a lie. I do remember the last time I went I do remember the last time I went on a date. Dating is necessary. Maybe they wanna if you wanna call it something else or a fun night out with my man or my partner, then do that. But dating, so we all are on the same page, is 100% necessary. When we were able to do that, it was nice. I was like, "Oh," it felt we
Yeah.
were free and, felt like we were young again. So, I 100%, 100% disagree with that statement.
All right.
What about
Yes.
you?
And I feel like most should, right?
Mm,
Because the reality is that relationships do evolve. Okay. Yes, you
mhm,
may love your partner or be in love with your partner, but that romance
right.
and connection, that requires upkeep. Okay. You got to keep
Nurturing.
that going. Yes, to nurture. You don't just, oh, we're in love, we're good. And then that's it. You need that romance. You need that connection, or else it's going to fade away. And then
Mhm,
you're going to be one of those people, once you're empty nesters, trying to figure out, am I still in love with this person? Who is this person next to me? I don't want that for anybody. I don't want that for myself. I don't want
right.
that for you, for anyone else. Like, no, you need to
You
date.
have to date.
You
Yes.
have to date. You have to continue to get to know each other because just like your relationship evolves, we as people are evolving. I am not the same person that I was when I first got married.
Right.
No, I've changed. And I cannot imagine not keeping that
Yep.
connection and that romance with my husband. He wouldn't know who I am anymore. The hell is this woman in my bed? I don't want that.
Right.
No, thank you.
Yeah. And you have to be willing to accept the change from your partner too. I think that's a big thing that creates the divorces. "Oh, they changed." Well, duh, like, I'm evolving. Like, we evolve. We're humans. We evolve. We get older. Like, don't look at me because you met me when I was fresh out of whatever and expect me to look exactly like I did 20 years ago. And then you mad because I have a 20-year-old body and I'm almost 50.
Another
Oh.
misconception, myth number two, kids will
Mm.
bring you closer.
I don't disagree with that statement. I feel that kids bring out the inner kid in you. And the inner kid in me, for instance, remembers family.
Mhm,
And it almost, even co-parents, you see them coming together on all the holidays because of the kids. And, they're bringing their new partners, and it can be a beautiful thing. As far as being married and you have your kids and everything, this past Thanksgiving last year, we had a family game night. We've never done that before,
mhm.
and we did it for the kids. So
Okay.
I agree with that. I guess it can be, one's perspective, but in my perspective, I can see that being a positive. Yes. What
Okay.
about you?
I am kind of in the middle because,
Okay.
yes, kids
I
can bring
changed my
you
answer.
closer
No, I'm just kidding.
so quick.
Just kidding.
I
I
mean,
agree.
although I do believe that kids can bring you closer, I also think that kids also, while they bring joy, they can also cause a strain. And I don't believe that they're going to keep you close. You know,
Mhm.
like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, kids bring you as a family closer together. You make all these memories, but they don't keep you there.
Right.
I think there's still work that needs to be done. So you actively have to protect your relationship. You need to stay connected with your
For
partner.
sure.
And you can't always do that when those damn kids are around. Okay.
Hello.
So that's why I'm like, yes, they can bring you closer, but they don't keep you closer. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that creating a wedge in your relationship, especially if one parent is more, "Oh, give me my baby. My baby's crying," has that type of energy, and
Hmm.
they're, like, kind of pushing their spouse off and pushing them away. "Oh, no, the baby's crying. Let me get the baby."
Right.
And so the other parent is feeling neglected. So I
Hmm.
can definitely see that, and that's definitely an inner challenge that that particular parent would have to, like, figure out.
Right. Just like all relationships, you have your relationship with your kids, relationship with your spouse, they all need work and we have to protect all those relationships in order to stay close, right? And keep connected. So, what couples say helps, according to research, is scheduling regular date nights or couple time. Okay. So, I think this part might help you out here. Okay. So, maybe you can't necessarily go on a date night at the moment, but maybe having that couple time, maybe a small talk, going for a
Okay,
walk.
counselor Phil.
Yeah, I'm wearing a new hat tonight. Um, Being able to just have those intimate talks, once the kids are asleep, maybe in the mornings before he's getting ready for work, you wake up with him, having coffee together, going for a walk, or just having like that bedtime, those the pillow talk, even just
Mhm.
something like that, just to bring you a little closer together, to feel like, okay, we had some time. It wasn't those wild nights that you're that you wanna have, but it's something that's keeping you connected,
Mhm. I love that.
which I think that's a great idea. You can't always make it out. That's just a fact. You can't always make it out to a restaurant or concert, club, whatever you're into, it's not always gonna happen, but at
Of
least
course.
having some couple time, okay? You just changing the name, right, from a date night to
Mhm.
couple time. Also, prioritizing small gestures, physical touch, talking without distractions. That is so freaking difficult. My gosh, talking without distractions. But hey, if you can do
Mhm.
that, more power to you.
Okay.
Shared hobbies or experiences as well. So, one thing that my husband and I do as a shared hobby is like fantasy football. Okay, we
Mhm.
share that
Mhm.
together for many years now, and
Mhm.
it's fun. And we watch football on Sundays together for the most part. And it's just a way we're connected. Is it the most romantic? Hell no.
Some people might think it is.
I guess so, right? But
Just turn
it's
them on right now. They're
it's
like,
oh my
"Ooh, say it
god.
again." Laugh. Flag football, yes. Or not
Oh,
flag football, I mean
flag
fantasy
football.
football. Sorry,
That's
the mom mode.
totally
Take the
different.
mom hat off. My son was playing flag football.
But sharing some type of experience or hobbies, whatever that may be, it could even be working out.
Mhm.
Like we've had a date to the
Right.
gym before because that's just we didn't
Oh,
go to the gym all freaking week. My mom was willing to watch the kids. All right, we're going to the gym. We got some healthy lunch afterwards. And hey, we had our couple time, right? So
mhm.
just even
I
little
love
things
that.
like that, just trying to keep that spark alive, trying to keep that connection alive. A little does go a long way sometimes.
I love that name, couple time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm literally going to present that to the man, couple time. I would love to add that into our agenda,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, no,
I
I
love it.
definitely like that too. Um,
Yes.
especially for those who feel like, you don't have to date your spouse. Okay, well, have some couple time then.
That's what I'm
Couple
saying.
time.
Yeah, couple oh, couple time.
Yeah.
I love it. Mhm.
All right. So now we're going to go into our weekly game. Okay, this is a little bit different. It's called Back in the Day or Just in Your Fantasy. Okay, so the concept, each of us will read a spicy back in the day claim about our dating life or early relationship era. And then our possible answers are going to be either true, fantasy, or spicy lie. So let's go ahead and get started. Ainisha, would you like to go first?
Alright, so are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, let's go. We had a phase where every date night ended with us skipping desserts to go home early, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I do know what you mean. So I would say it's a little bit of both. I would just maybe just call that a spicy lie because regardless, when we were in our dating phase, um, we would have dessert and still do the you know what I mean.
Okay, okay. She said I squeezed everything in. I ain't skipping
Everything.
dessert for what? We did it.
Hell no, it's gonna happen anyways.
I love
All
it.
right, Inish, your turn. We once made out in a parking garage because we couldn't wait until we got home.
True. Not specifically a parking garage, but we've been in the car in a parking lot
Oh yeah.
back in our heyday, and that's it. I ain't telling y'all nothing else, you little nasty freaks listening.
Our chemistry was so strong, we didn't even need Netflix, just vibes.
I would say true.
Oh,
From
okay.
I just had a flashback. True.
Just
So it's
gonna
your
get
turn.
hot up in
We
here.
we tried every room in the house.
That is a spicy lie. We have not, because I will not. Wait a minute.
What are you
Wait
laughing?
a minute.
I knew you were lying.
Shoot.
I could see it on your face as soon as you open your mouth. Oh, she
Dang
lying.
it. Yeah, no, that's true.
You
Dang
dirty,
it.
dirty girl.
Yeah, you just gotta get it when you can and hide. Yeah. I don't want it to be true, but it's true.
It's funny how it comes back, right? It just came back to you.
Right. I pictured it. I was like, oh my gosh, it actually wasn't even that long ago. Where we
Oh
christened the
my
last
you.
room. All right,
Mhm.
I need your
Sure.
turn. I used to wear matching lingerie sets every time we went out.
I'm going to say true.
Oh, what?
Y y I would definitely I if there is one particular person listening into this podcast, she knows my life. I had so many undergarments that if a friend came to my house and needed the shower, I can give her a pair of some undies with the tag
Oh,
on.
okay.
I was obsessed with buying lingerie. So yes, very true. Very,
Okay.
very true.
Well, good for
Okay.
you.
I was doing a lot. And here we are, many years later, married.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we almost got caught once or twice.
Oh, true.
Mhm.
That is true.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, it's definitely been more than twice. Never actually
Mhm.
gotten caught, but the almost, and that's enough to,
Mhm.
make your heart jump out of your freaking
Palpitate.
chest. Yeah. Yeah. And definitely not a lie. We've almost gotten caught. And when you have kids, look, like I said, we're trying to hide sometimes. Moving on to trends and insights for 2020, how couples are dating or redating. So,
Mm.
trend number one, couples prioritizing small, regular connect time instead of big date nights. So, many experts recommend short, daily, weekly rituals, even if it's just 15 to 20 minutes without screens to reconnect emotionally. What do you think?
I mean, at this point, I'm willing to accept any suggestions, so I'll try it. Why not? Is my thought is why not? Sure. I don't mind sitting with my hubby for 15 to 20 minutes
Yeah, put a
and
timer
reconnecting.
and done.
Thank you.
Good
Hey, we did
connecting
it.
today.
High five. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. Why not?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, the thought is
Yes.
having those smaller commitments is more realistic when you have busy family schedules. So, and it's
Less
easier to
pressure.
sustain long term. Like, okay, we
Mhm.
didn't have that big date night, but we've, connected and in whichever
Mhm.
way or form you want to connect for at least
Mhm.
15 to 20 minutes without screens. Okay. I think that's a big one too. It's like, can I get all of your attention? Can you stop
Mhm.
playing Clash for a little bit?
Mhm. Yeah,
All right.
I like that.
Next trend, shared hobbies and new experiences to keep the spark alive. So, kind of like what I talked about earlier, how my husband and I
Mhm.
have our fantasy football. What do we do after football season ends? I couldn't really tell you. We'll have to figure out something else. But couples turning to shared hobbies such as cooking, dancing, walking, creative projects, something outside the parent kid housework loop to refuel that connection. Anish, do you think that you guys can come up with some type of shared hobby or experience?
I don't know, maybe. We used to work out together.
Mm.
We're both into fitness. My husband, I would say more so than me to a certain extent. I say that
I mean,
very
I see
loosely.
your arms. Okay, we got some definition there.
That was me trying to flex.
I see it.
But it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been in the gym. But we there was a moment in our lives where we were working out together, and the stress that I felt was a brand new stress that I never want to feel again. We can't work out together is what that outcome was. And I think we are both competitive to a certain degree. He is 100 times more competitive than I am, but I think my competitiveness comes out because I know that he's competitive. And so sharing a hobby would have to be something safe. Like, let's go on a walk.
God.
Let's bake
He
some
might try
cookies
to
together.
outpace you.
Right?
Make better
You get
my
his little
cookies
hip
were
swivel.
were more softer than yours.
He is very competitive. So,
Yikes.
I'm still leaning towards the first one so far. We
Okay.
do like comedies. One thing that we do share is that we love to laugh, and one thing that we always do as far as our date nights go. So, yes and no with that trend.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I
Some
know my
people
man.
suggest maybe short getaways or staycations, okay, which are valued because maybe stepping out of routine offers that novelty and reconnection, but maybe just doing something out of your norm, right? Just to, okay, this
Mhm.
is something new. And it doesn't have to be anything big. I mean, going for a non competitive walk might be your thing.
I can't believe I just snorted right now. What the
I know. I didn't think I was that funny.
I don't even know because I don't fake my snorts, clearly, it
Right.
just
Yeah.
happens because 'cause I'm struggling to breathe. I was trying to breathe right now. I love it. Well, Zion used to call me Mama Pig in public, in public,
Hell.
in line, not while we're walking down the aisles and it's just me and him. He would wait till we're standing still in line and call me Mama Pig. "Hey, Mama Pig." "Shut up." Like, what now? We walked down 13 aisles with nobody there. Call me Mama Pig all day. The fuck, bro? He'd be snorting at me too. I'm like, Shut up." Like, they're like, "Girl, does he sit in front of the TV all day?" Like,
No, he just listens to me. They have no filters. It's just
yeah,
disgusting.
at all.
Trend number 3, realism over romance. Accepting that life
Mm,
changed, but connection can evolve. Okay, so we talked about this earlier. We know that we are going to change, it's inevitable. And that connection needs to evolve. I don't even think it should, it needs to evolve. Right? So couples increasingly recognize that passion and intimacy evolves. And instead of chasing unrealistic pre kid romance, they aim for meaningful intimacy as far as communication, support, companionship. Anish, how do you feel about this one?
I agree. You have to accept that change needs to happen. Things need to evolve and change. Mentally, even physically, your needs and wants, desires are going to change. And again, going back to communicating, you need to have an open communication with your partner, with your spouse, because some people can't handle change. And that's
Right.
more than none that are they're finding it difficult to accept the change at the end of the day. My husband and I are not the same people who we were when we met many, many years ago. And that's okay. We still love each other. And it's not like, whatever your change is for you is what it is. Example would be, "Oh, I used to clean very aggressively or not clean, and now I'm like super clean now." Or, "I don't know how to cook, but now I know how to cook," or even vice versa. Those would be conversations that you would have if it's something to the extent like, "Well, girl, you used to cook. How come you don't cook anymore?" Sit
Hmm.
down and talk to your spouse. "I don't cook anymore because I work a 9 to 5. I got these kids now. I didn't have kids 6 years ago, and now I have to go to work and have to come home and cook and do all this stuff." People, I feel, get in arguments because of something so minor as that, when you could have sat down and had a conversation. "My bad. I didn't realize that that was a burden to you because I know you like to cook. Do you wanna order out once a week, twice a week? I'll cook," whatever the case is, have a conversation about it.
Hmm.
So after having kids, life is going to evolve and change. Even before having kids, shit, depending on how long y'all been dating,
Hmm.
folk gonna change.
Yes,
So
absolutely. I do agree. I do think that we need to accept change as much as I liked our pre kid romance, right? I know that we're not going back there. Even once we're empty nesters, like we're not going to have that energy. We're not going to have those goals, or like I'm not going to want to go to freaking clubs and bars and stay out all night. Like I'm going to want
I don't
something
wanna
different, something more chill. I want to freaking travel. Like, that's what I wanna do. So, where our relationship has evolved, I like it. I like where we're going. I don't wanna go back. So,
mm, mhm,
accepting that life has changed, that we have changed, we are not the 20 whatever year olds we were when we first met and started dating, like, no, we're not. We've changed. We're growing up, okay? But our connection is evolving, and I love that for us. I really do. I think it's awesome. I I don't think there's really anything better than we're both on the same page and we know it. It's just life. And if you don't keep up with it,
mhm.
you're gonna get left behind.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree.
All right. So we've talked about a few trends. Which trend feels more realistic for your life? So is it those quick check-ins, new hobbies, or spontaneous getaways?
So the trend I would choose for sure is the prioritizing the small moments that we can capture, because that's just my reality right now. But I would also choose taking little getaways only because we used to do that once a year, and I say we used to just because of our current lifestyle situation. We will definitely get back into that. What about for you?
I think for us, probably a new hobby. Football season is practically not football season, fantasy football season is practically over at this point. So
Yeah, the
we
Super
do
Bowl's
need
coming
to,
up.
yeah. So needless to say, I did not win fantasy football this year. It was a disgusting, disgusting freaking year for me. It was bad,
Ugh.
so bad. Um, yeah, but
Are you
we'll go into
excited for the
that.
Super Bowl, though?
I
It's
am.
Bad Bunny is performing in a couple
Yes.
of weeks, the
Yeah.
2nd week of February, right? Is it the
As-
2nd Sunday?
I know
I
it's
think
in
it's the 2nd
February,
Sunday.
and that's all I pretty much know about
It's
that.
Valentine's Day. Oh, okay, well, needless well, nonetheless, Bad Bunny, there was a whole we need to talk about that, like, on another night because
Oh, yeah.
there's been so much controversy with Bad Bunny
Oh, yeah.
hitting the stage.
I'm all about it. Yes. So, new hobbies for sure. Do like the fact that, like, the quick check-ins or
Yes.
even just having those, like, 15 minutes of, like, coffee in the mornings. I do get up really early, even on the weekends, which sucks. Uh, but it's just, like, my
Aw.
natural clock now. And
Mm.
so he wakes up early too, and we'll have our coffee together. So, and I like that. We have,
Aw,
our time to ourselves. And sometimes it's cut a
that's
little
nice.
short. Just hear, Mommy.
That's
So, having those moments in the morning and then even those, like, little, like, quick physical touches, nothing crazy, it's early. Uh, but just, like,
Is it
having
ever
that
too early,
moment.
though?
I mean, look, if the time is right. But even just, like, a little cuddle session, like, I love to cuddle. I am a cuddler, he is not.
Mm,
Only because that leads to other stuff. He wants it to lead to other things. I'm like, I
opposite.
just wanted to fucking cuddle.
That's so crazy. My hubby loves to cuddle, and
Mhm.
that's not, like, my love language.
Really?
So he loves to cuddle, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's right.
Wrapping it up, dating changes, pores. Love does not have to fade. It just needs intention and it needs your attention and your commitment to it. Romance isn't only those grand gestures, but small routines, shared hobbies, and communication that counts for a lot.
Let go of unrealistic back in the day comparisons and create what works for you right now. You and your partner deserve to still feel seen, connected, and cherished even with the kids, girl. Do you? Do each other figuratively and literally.
All right. So, what's that one past date that you miss? And what's the realistic dating now that you think you can sneak into this week or in the near future? Please let us know. Slide into our DMs. Send, send us.
Okay, slide right in there. Take them through it. Slide into the DM, girl.
Slide into our DMs. Leave us a comment. Email us. Well, please let us know, and hopefully, we can highlight you on our next episode or future episodes. Until next time, keep pouring, keep parenting, and maybe, just maybe, plan a date night that doesn't involve bluey pajamas.
Thank you for listening to Pouring and Parenting, where sip happens and we pour about it.